Hey YouTube, Bayon here. Welcome to another episode of The Game Guide, my mom's #1 source for video game reviews. She doesn't even watch this. Tomb Raider, a franchise better known for its tits than tantalizing gameplay, recently rebooted this series in hopes to change Lara Croft's image to something a little bit more modest. The latest addition to this ever-expansive, iconic series replaces the boisterous bosom with a bountiful badassery of one bad bitch. Put more B's in that last sentence, why don't you? The story tells the adventure of how a young Lara Croft must survive shipwreck and the supernatural while transitioning into the Tomb Raider we've all come to love. And let me just say that this is not your Pep's Tomb Raider. Gameplay. Move over, Naughty Dog. Crystal Dynamics is in town. This game looks and plays like it's part of the Uncharted series. And like Uncharted, you spend most of the game exploring the worst fucking terrain possible. Some of the exploration is so intense that you'll sweat out of places you didn't even know you could sweat out of. For instance, you have to climb this piece of shit. That's a big nope. Eventually, you'll get to the point that you'll be able to scale mountains without second thought, and figuring out the puzzle-like environments is incredibly fun and rewarding. Another plus is that you aren't button mashing in this game, as each of your skills that you learn have a unique combination. The game is as smooth as a baby's ass. Whoa, back off Hanson, not like that. Cutscenes lead directly into QuickTime events, which leads directly into the actual gameplay. You get so quickly swept up in what's going on, you have no time to notice the transition, let alone any time to catch your breath. As far as combat, it is simply amazing. You can choose to use higher caliber weapons such as shotguns or rifles, but honestly, your best friend in this game is the bow and arrow. It's quick, deadly, and a great long shot. The AI is really intelligent and will implement different strategies to try to bring you down, so you must stay on your toes. In a game like Tomb Raider, it's crucial that the environments are structured in a way that they are visibly believable. Granted, Croft's image has changed to something more realistic, but that's not the focus of the graphics in this game. A heavy emphasis has been placed on the buildings, mountains, caves, and more to make players immerse themselves in the scenery. In order to make Tomb Raider a more believable experience, the landscapes are treated like any other piece of artwork, getting special attention to texture and rendering. Like I said before, this game is definitely a modern take on the franchise, therefore its gritty and dark storyline is reflected in the color palette. Scenery is infused with murky browns, rusty reds, and jungle greens. The only vibrancy is found in fire, and this may be a metaphor for the rebirth of the franchise. Or I could just be talking out of my ass.
Right. Sound.
Like the graphics, Tomb Raider pays special attention to the environmental sound as well. Most of the time, your only audible friend is the wind on your back or the creak of a tower. The game uses a limited soundtrack to focus more on environmental conditions. However, the soundtrack makes for good passive listening using ambient sounds and orchestral rhythm to make your grand exploration that much more epic.
Did he just say epic?
Yeah, I did, get over it. I'm assuming that some of those hardcore fanboys will appreciate hearing Croft grunt and groan while jumping and climbing. I guess that's cool if that's your thing. Anyways, the English dub of Lara Croft is voiced by Camilla Luddington, who also looks the part. She does a really good job portraying fear in her vocal inflections. The rest of the voice acting is good, but nothing that really stands out. Overall, Tomb Raider was a successful relaunch of the series. You could tell that the developers really put some time and effort into this product. The graphics are a great, stunning visual achievement. The exploration is plenty of fun, while the storyline balances a mix of tragedy and triumph to make this game a powerful experience to take away from. I give it 8.5 wet kisses out of 10, and contender of Game of the Year. With the strength of this game, Square Enix would be foolish to not have a sequel in the pipeline. I almost want to go back and immerse myself in the Tomb Raider culture, but then I remembered I'd eventually have to come and torture myself with this piece of shit. So with that, tell me what the worst movie adaptation of a video game you've seen is. Until then, my friends, enemies, stalkers, game on. I don't have any friends.